So there's been a lot happening all over the world. There's a lot of change happening. There's a lot of unsurety happening. And a lot of people choose to ignore this. They say it won't affect me. But we all will be affected in one way or another. Because even at the end of the day, if it doesn't affect you with being quarantined or being becoming sick or losing your job or not being able to supply to your clients what they need, you will actually end up seeing it in the fuel. You'll end up seeing it in service deliveries. You'll end up seeing it in the trolley that you are pushing in the supermarkets, how more expensive things will become. So you will be affected one way or another. And if we look back, years back, the 2008 and 2009s, and how many years after that it took for people to recover, and some people have still not recovered from that time. You got to go back to history and you got to learn. And you don't ignore a problem. You don't ignore the signs. If it never affects you, you're one of the lucky ones. But as you can see, millions and millions of people are being affected. I mean, you saw in Italy 16 million, in China what is happening. It will affect you in one way or another. I mean, if we are struggling at this point in time in our own country, and a lot of people are struggling financially. Before all of this has come up, we are struggling with service deliveries. Load shedding has had a massive impact on our economy. You can see that municipalities are in trouble. You can see before all of this, we were already having a lot of difficulties. So is it going to affect us? Of course it's going to affect us. So we need to start asking ourselves the question, do you need it? Must you have it? And what is the financial implications of actually buying that? And so many people just buy not understanding the implications, but rather be safe than sorry. I mean, this weekend I was going to the supermarkets. I mean, you see things are starting to get sold out. But again, what about the impact that it will have when it really hits us? And I mean, tomorrow, what happens if it starts affecting our miners and people can't go underground? What happens, if our hospitals start to become too full? What is the after effect going to be on medical aids, on their new premiums, or insurance companies? Flights you can see are being cancelled. There are so many refunds that are being done. People are cancelling investments. People are cancelling holidays. People are cancelling so many things. So yes, they will have an impact, and you can choose to say that it won't have an impact on me. It will have an impact right down to the bottom of the chain, because it will affect even your groceries gets affected. So it does affect you. Your service deliveries get affected. Everybody gets affected with what is happening. Now, we have seen it happen to other countries. Why will it be any unique to us that we are not going to go through what a lot of the other countries are going through? I mean, we're seeing it. It's just happening. There's a knock-on effect. So a lot of people say, I don't like negativity and I want to close myself from negativity. That's fine. Nobody says you got to be a negative person. Nobody says that you got to welcome negativity, but what you need to do is look at the signs around you. Ask yourself, what is the effect on you? Be clever, be one of the lucky ones, and try to have as less impact on your life, in the sense of that you made provisions and it didn't have the impact like it's had on a lot of the other people in other countries. I mean, today people can't go to work. People don't even know if they're going to have jobs. People can't supply. I mean, there's a lot of companies that are waiting for components that can't put things together. There are so many people that won't be able to deliver due to not being able to get supply. So there's a massive, massive effect. our biggest thing and my biggest concern is that we were struggling before this had actually happened. So I have to ask myself the question, how do I put myself in a position not to be affected more than what I should be affected? And that is my message to everybody, is that just prepare yourself in the sense of ask yourself, do I need to spend this money? Must I spend it? Do I need it? You can wait on those holidays. You can wait on spending those renovation costs. When you're in the trolleys and you're buying, your groceries, do you really need those unnecessary items? Or you're going to buy clothing? Do you need all that? Because rather, you can always buy all that stuff. You can always go on that holiday. You can always buy that vehicle. But what happens if you now buy this and you can't pay that stuff back? You eventually put yourself under so much unnecessary pressure, so much unnecessary happiness, and you got to look after yourself, because if you can't look after yourself, you can't look after anyone else. And things will change, and it's not due to your doing, it's due to the circumstances that will affect you. Because we will get letters in the post saying that certain things have to go up due to the financial thing. We will get letters in the post saying that we unfortunately don't have a job anymore, or we will get letters saying that, well, we get more emails now, but you are going to get it saying cancellations of orders, not being able to get those investments, not being able to get those loans, not being able to sell what you need to sell. Affect? Yes, it will affect. It's how well you manage your circumstances. How well do you manage your life? How well do you, as a leader, if you are a leader, business owner, how well are you making preparations to be able to secure the work for people, to secure your business, and most importantly, not to make bad decisions? Because we need to look around us. All the informations are there. A lot of people are already going through what we are going through, so we need to try and learn from them. You can choose to ignore all of this. I'm not, at the end of the day, you don't have to listen to me. I mean, you don't have to. Make your own decision. But then you're not the person that I am talking to. I'm talking to the person that knows what it's like. And I was one of those people that were affected that time when we went through a very difficult time in the 2008s and 2009s and that. And I don't want to go through that. And I would love to help as many people not go through that. So at the end of the day, it's your decision. I don't know your circumstances. You know your own position. But it's happening all over the world. Why will we not be affected? For what reason will we not be affected? It's your decision. Have a great one. And remember, do I really need it? Do I really need to have it? And what is the financial implication going to be on me at the end? Rather safe than sorry.